We got a huge update on Friday. We got some new skins, some optimizations for 3 tunes, and 2 new maps, and some floor event changes to Ichor leak as well. That's awesome. And how maps generate. Quell said, hello everyone. We just sent our newest update. This update contains our last optimizations, Goob, Scraps, and Brightney. 2 new maps, the aquatic themed map and the art themed map. Some changes to the Ichor leak floor event. Twisteds are no longer limited up to 6, but now are maxed out at 8. Whoa. 3 new skins in Dial Shop, 1 for each new optimized tune, and a rework of how floors are decided on and spawned by the game, allowing for more variety and balance, as well as a couple other small things. You can find details in the changelogs channel. Have a lovely day. And Joey Sticks has posted some more in-depth changes to our newest update. Joey Sticks said, buff the Ichor leak floor event. Now triggers more puddles when the event is active. Now applies the slowness effect instead of just a stat debuff. So you will also get slowed even outside of the puddle on an Ichor leak floor event. That sounds overpowered. That's a huge buff to Ichor leak and a huge nerf to tunes. You're going to have to be very careful when going over Ichor leaks because it can now also slow you for as long as the stat debuff is active as well. Joey Sticks also said now triggers a screen GFX when an Ichor leak is touched. A GFX effect. Whoa, I can't wait to see that. Reworked floor spawn system, larger teams of tunes now have a chance to see rarer floors earlier in a run. I'm guessing those rarer floors are the aquatic floor and the new art floor. Those are some of the bigger floors we have, and those are going to be really good for large teams. So I guess those floors are rare. They've added a twisted counter showing how many twisteds are actively chasing you. No way! That's huge! That's an amazing quality of life improvement. Increased max twisteds from 6 to 8. 2 of the same twisteds on a floor is no longer possible. Oh wow! So getting double twisted pebbles, double Vs is not possible anymore. So no more double mains. In-game stats window now shows active modifiers and many back-end improvements to drive better performance. This is a huge quality of life improvement update as well. That's awesome. So something a bit random happened before the update. That was on Friday. This user said on the Dandysville Discord, guys, is R&D really getting a rework on the next update? So some people believe that Razzle and Dazzle would have been getting an update on Friday's update. I wonder where they got that information from. Quell replied saying no, Razzle and Dazzle was not planned to get a rework on Friday's update. I wonder why people are thinking that. The next thing we're going to talk about is the art themed map. This user said, yes, we are getting a Dandy's room because if you remember, Quell leaked an image from the art themed map and it had a statue of Dandy. Quell replied saying, that's not a Dandy themed map. It just has a statue of Dandy. So the art themed map has nothing to do with Dandy. It just has a statue of Dandy on the map, but the map is art based, just like the other art based maps we have. Another interesting thing to do with the leaked image that Quell posted, this user said, Quelver, does that jawbreaker mean anything? If we take a closer look, there is a jawbreaker on the floor and this user's wondering, is that some sort of secret meaning? Does it mean something? Quell replied saying, means I'm not hungry. Kind of random. I guess the jawbreaker wasn't there for any particular reason. Our next topic is about new tunes. Some people believe that on Friday's update, we would get a new tune. So before Friday's update, this user on Discord said, new tune tomorrow. Quell never said there wasn't. So apparently if Quell doesn't say there isn't a new tune coming out in an update, that means there could be a new tune? What? What an interesting way to think. Quell replied with question marks. If there was going to be a new tune, I'm sure Quell would definitely give us a teaser to let everybody know, but also it's a nice surprise when we don't get any teasers and you log into the game and you get a new tune. That would be so super awesome for that to happen one day. As most of you are aware, Scraps was originally created as a male toon, but then Quell decided to make Scraps into a female toon. As you can see from Scraps' information card, the S in she was added and there would have been a space there. This user asked Quell, could we get some unknown facts about Scraps' development? We know she was originally a male, we know she was originally not supposed to be Goob's sister, and we know that her ears were originally going to be horns. Here are some images of male Scraps. As you can see, male Scraps does not have any eyelashes, and the horns they're talking about is this scrap skin. As you can see, the skin has horns. Quell replied saying cheeseburger, so it looks like Quell doesn't want to give out any more information about Scraps' scrapped lore or any behind the scenes developer information on Scraps. Maybe in the future Quell will give away some secrets to do with Scraps that we don't know about. Just before Friday's update where we got 3 new optimizations and 2 new floors, this user asked, will this be the last day of alpha? Quell replied saying, no, I would have let you all know earlier if it was. So Quell will definitely give us more information about Dandy's World leaving alpha before it happens. That's nice. Speaking of alpha, this user asked Quell, I've heard some rumors about progress getting wiped after alpha. Is this true? And I understand where this user's coming from because some games wipe progress after leaving alpha, and this user and other people are wondering, is that the same case with Dandy's World? Will our progress get reset? Quell replied saying, why would I ever do that to you all? Crazy rumor, dude. So progress will not be reset in Dandy's World after leaving alpha. That's good news. This user said, you seem genuinely sad hearing that. Quell then replied saying, it is sad. I hope no younger fans thought or think that's real. Super mean rumor. So Dandy's World is definitely not going to be reset after leaving alpha. You will keep all your progress and all of your toons, all of your trinkets, all of your Ichor, and all of your stickers, and any other progress you have made, including quest progress from Christmas as well. So that's good news. Our next topic is about our new aquatic themed floor. In 2025, so before the new aquatic map was released, Quell said Finn should be able to tear down walls and summon live fish from his hands that swim around in the air with a joking tag. This comment by Quell was made in 2025, so way before the new aquatic themed map was released. And now we have an aquatic themed map, so that's super interesting. We have 3 new toon optimizations. One of them is Brightney. As you can see, Brightney now blinks, and Brightney has a new skin, and Brightney has a new idle animation where she takes out a notepad, as you just saw. Another toon optimization is Goob. As you can see, Goob now blinks. Goob has a new skin, and Goob has a new idle animation where he scratches his face, as you can see. Scraps has also been optimized as well. Scraps now blinks. Scraps has a new skin, and also Scraps has a new idle animation where she lifts her leg up and waves, as you just saw. As you know, we have a new aquatic themed map, and there are some special interactions between toons and some posters on the new floor as well. So this Redditor has a picture of Shrimpo having an interaction with a Shrimpo poster, and Shrimpo says, I hate this place, not enough pictures of me. Super funny. We have more special interactions. Brusher has an interaction as well. Brusher says, the last art piece I decided to display here, a shame. Scrap says, ugh, I miss doing craft time here. And Finn says, I really do miss when these tanks were filled with critters. These interactions make the floor so cool and fun and different as well, because normally interactions are only to do with like main floors like V's floor, or holiday themed floor like Bobbit and Gordy's floor. And now we have special interactions with permanent toons. That's awesome. This Redditor said, what a coincidence on my first time being on the new floor, lol. And if we take a closer look, they are being chased by Twisted Shrimp Tempo, who is a shrimp, and Twisted Fin, who is a fishbowl. So super on theme there, super lucky. Speaking of the new maps, this user said, I love the new maps designs, they're so beautiful. Are we getting more maps that are non-main tunes related? As you know, the aquatic themed map and the art themed map are non-main tune related. They're more centered on the side tunes. Quell made an awesome reply saying, so with the new maps, they're both more of a general theme, arts museum, aquarium, but I put 2 character dedicated sections in each. So it's not really the side characters map per se, but they have a section dedicated to them. I thought it'd be a nice way to give more content for other characters than the mains. So while mains have a full room dedicated to them, side characters can get smaller sections of a shared general theming map. Do you like the idea? And do you think I did well on the 2 maps when it came to that idea? I think the aquarium map and the art map are awesome. They're spacious. We need more spacious maps just so that we can enjoy the awesome job that Quell has done designing the maps. Also, with the twisted count increasing to 8, bigger floors are definitely appreciated. This user said to Quell, I'm being so genuine when I say that the aquarium map is one of the coolest things added to this game. Quell replied saying, oh my gosh, thank you, every map you've played in, I've made by hand, so you have gotten to see my progression through criticism and advice when it comes to making maps throughout the game's lifetime. I agree with the user, the aquarium map is so cool. The theme is consistent, it's fluid, and awesome. This user has a question about the toon rooms in RP. They asked, hey, question, are you planning to make the toon rooms playable like in runs? Quell replied saying, I don't think I will. The toon room layout may be pretty, but it isn't built well based on map layouts for gameplay. Like, imagine it, right? The hall is too empty, the rooms are all dead ends with one small entrance. I built it with roleplay in mind, not gameplay. So the possibility of toon rooms becoming playable in runs is most likely not going to happen because they weren't made to be playable in runs, only in RP mode. Quell has also said you should check out some of Finn's skins. Barnaby is customized to more of his skins now, similar to Brush's paintings when using her ability. No way! Let's take a look. So I'm using Prismic Pal Finn skin. As you can see, Barnaby has been recolored into a Prismic Pal theme. Let's just see that again. Whoa, that looks awesome. So if you're playing Finn and you have some skins for Finn, check out what Barnaby looks like on the skin you're using. During Goob's optimization, Special Spaghetti Goob's skin hair changed color. The dev team have changed the color of the hair. This Redditor said they made Spaghetti Goob look worse. And as you can see, the top of the hair has changed colour. So some players are unhappy about the hair colour change. Next, we're going to talk about idle animations in Dandy's world and how long it takes for a toon to do an idle animation. This user said, I am so sorry to say this, but this is very disappointing. She moves even less than Poppy. I had to nudge her for her to even do the wave animation, and it was at 1 minute and 48 seconds. Let's take a look. So Scraps does the idle animation, and if we keep on watching, you have to move your toon a tiny bit for the idle animation to happen again. So let's see. So they move their toon a tiny bit and the idle animation will occur. Quell replied saying, it's like that for all toons by the way. If you want them to play the little idle quirk you have to move, it's so they don't spam it often. Every time you move it refreshes their ability to do their little cute animation. So you have to move your toon a tiny bit to get the idle animation to show. For example, Scraps is not doing her idle animation, but if I move my toon a tiny bit, Scraps will now do her idle animation, as you can see. After Friday's update, we got some new stat information called active modifiers, and it shows all of your active modifiers such as participation award, magnifying glass, and any other trinkets that affect your stats will be shown here. There was a bug after Friday's update, and this user said, what is that, Quelver? If we take a closer look, as you can see, the active modifiers show the same modifier being spammed all the way down, and it's Shelly's passive. Quell replied saying, it's a bug that got fixed a bit ago. Any new servers don't have that bug. So that bug has been fixed. This user has found a punctuation error on Scraps' board. The user said Scraps' board has a typo. As you can see, the punctuation should be after the S. If we take a closer look, as you can see, the punctuation mark is before the S and it should be after. Quill replied saying, "No, how could I let this happen? It'll be fixed eventually, thanks. I'm definitely a smart thinker." So that punctuation problem will be fixed eventually, so that's nice to hear. Goob's blinking is an intended feature where Goob's eyes are not blinking at the same time. Quell said, "On another note, I'm so happy we could get Goob to frog blink." So frog blinking is where your eyes don't blink at the same time. Super interesting. There was a bug after the update. When you failed a skill check, your Ichor in the machine would deplete. This user on Reddit has a footage of their Ichor going down after finishing a skill check. Let's take a look. As you can see, they failed a skill check and the Ichor went down. What? Let's watch that again. This user said, "Does failing a machine make you lose progress intentional or is it a bug?" King Mob replied saying, "That was a bug, should be fixed in new runs. So when you lost Ichor after failing a skill check, that was not supposed to happen. This occurred after Friday's update." King Mob then said this was a bug with Astro and was fixed earlier in the day. So Twisted Astro caused Ichor to go down after failing a skill check. Super weird. There was a bug with Twisted Glisten, unable to move in games. As you can see, this Redditor said really slow Glisten. Let's take a look. As you can see, Twisted Glisten is walking really slow in place. And the bar is not filling up. And during Enrage phase, Twisted Glisten was just running in place, as you can see. This Redditor had a different experience with Twisted Glisten. Their Twisted Glisten was just running in a circle. Super weird. I wonder what was happening. 40 minutes after Friday's update, King Mob said, "We're still working on some issues with Twisteds in place." Then King Mob said, "Glisten should be fixed in new runs and Twisted Blot we're about to push a fix for." So there was also a bug with Twisted Blot, where Twisted Blot would spawn under the floor, as you can see, and there should be a fix for that now in new servers. That should not be happening anymore. And lastly, people are wondering about Twisted Glisten's bar filling up too quickly now after our newest update on Friday. This user said, "Why does Glisten's bar fill so quickly now? It fills faster than it drains. Glisten spawned on the opposite side of the map and popped by the time everyone ran there, like under 30 seconds. Let's take a look at the video. So this is a lobby, I'm guessing with 8 people, and Twisted Glisten's bar fills up so fast. As you can see, the bar is filling up really quickly, and players are wondering, is this normal? Is Twisted Glisten's bar supposed to fill up so fast? This user said, "Is anyone else experiencing a bug with Glisten where his bar fills up way faster than usual? Or is it like intentional?" Quell replied saying, "He needs more attention the more people you have alive on the team. This is so when you're soloing, he gives you more time before he starts needing attention." So that's a fact about Twisted Glisten now. If you have more people on your team, the bar will fill up quickly. And if you're a solo player or you have 1, 2, 3, 4 people on your team, the bar will fill up slower. That makes complete sense. You have more people on your team. It's easier to delegate responsibilities the more people you have. We also have a new feature where you can now see how many Twisteds are chasing you. As you can see in the bottom left corner, I can see how many Twisteds are chasing me, which is so helpful. A massive quality of life improvement.